Welcome back. Mrs. Malstadt here. I'm so glad you're joining me today. How's your nonfiction writing been going? Have you been able to jot down your ideas, get your ideas across pages, and even add in extra information for your readers and expand your ideas? I hope that work has been going well for you. Let's kind of review what we've been working on, and then we're going to talk about next steps for our writing. So to start off, we started off with our informational topic that we wanted to teach others about. I started off with just thinking across my fingers about different things that I know about cats. And after I was able to talk through my ideas, I just wrote all my ideas down on my page and just kind of did a brain dump. After that, I went through and I thought, how could I categorize or organize my information into parts by their topic? So all of this part was about how cats make great pets. Then this next part was about cat structures. And then the last part was about breeds. So then we were able to turn that into a table of contents. All about cats. Chapter 1, cats make great pets. Chapter 2, cat structures. And then chapter 3, cat breeds. So as I went on to write about chapter 1, after we had grouped the information into parts, I tried to write facts, definitions, details, and observations about my topic and explain some of them. So I really told my reader even more about my topic. So now that we have lots of ideas gathered on our page, what I want to show you next is another part of our checklist. And that next part is I taught information in a way to interest readers. I may have used facts, drawings, captions, or diagrams. So thinking about our informational text features and how we can teach in a way that's really interesting to our readers and give them even more information. So I wanted to take a look at our book, that National Geographic Reader's Deadliest Animals, before we read about hippopotamus. And so today I just want to take a browse through this book and see which text features, like text boxes or diagrams or photographs, captions, are in this book to get some ideas. Okay, so this first chapter is called Deadly Surprise. Let's see what they did here. So they have a series of photographs. This looks like a close-up shot of a lion's teeth, and it says huge teeth, check. Razor sharp claws, check. Fast and fierce, check. And then they go on to tell us all about the African lion's features. So I thought that was a really creative way to talk about the structures that a lion has that help them survive, but they did it in a really interesting way. I could almost see myself doing that. Maybe when I talk about cat structures, I could maybe mimic that type of writing. I could say, let me see, what did we say about my cat structures? Let me look back. Oh, I talked about their whiskers. I talked about their tails that help them balance. So I could do something like long whiskers, check. Tail up, check. And then I could pick another structure to talk about maybe too. So I kind of like that idea. So let me see what else this book has. This says deadly definitions. Let me zoom in a bit. Predator, an animal that hunts and eats other animals. Okay, so for this text feature, they did a text box that has a definition to help the reader better understand the word predator. So that's a great idea too. So I could do a series of photographs. I could do a definition. Let's see what else they have going on here. Oh, wow. That is a really vivid photograph. So now let's look here. So this is interesting. They have their information organized in a paragraph here, but then they've got 3 photographs with, I guess, a caption to explain it, but they organize it a little differently. Surprise 1. Some deadly animals eat only plants. And then they say, surprise 2. Some deadly animals are smaller than the palm of your hand. Wow. And then surprise 3, some deadly animals may be closer than you think. Ooh. And then again, we've got our deadly definitions in this text box here. So I'm noticing that the author is putting in some interesting facts into these text boxes or these captions. Okay. So let's see. So they've got photographs, another deadly definition. Okay, let's look at this. This is an interesting fact text box, it looks like. So they've zoomed in on this photograph of a sign, a safety sign that says crocodile safety. And then it says death toll. The saltwater crocodile is the most deadly large predator. It can easily take down a water buffalo and has even been known to kill sharks off the coast of Australia. Who knew? Wow. So writers, as I'm reading this, I'm getting even more ideas for some different text features I might want to include in my writing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to plan some of this out so that when I continue drafting and then eventually publish, I will know which text features will help my reader learn about my topic the most. So one of my topics in chapter 1 is that cats love to play. So maybe I could do like a text feature, like a text box, maybe with an interesting fact. And really, this gives me an opportunity to give even more details about my writing through these interesting features. So something that I haven't talked about is something I looked up. I had heard that cats always land on their feet. Have you heard that before? That if a cat jumps off of something or falls, that they always are able to flip and land on their feet? I had heard that too, and I wasn't sure why or how. And so I looked it up, and it says that they have a righting reflex, like to get them right side up. And it begins at 3 to 4 weeks old. And they're able to do this because they have an unusually flexible backbone. So I thought that that was really interesting. So that might be something that I can include. But that actually might go with my next chapter, my chapter 2, which was all about cat structures. So as I write that, I think for chapter 2, so my topic will be on the structure. And then I think I'm going to do a text box with an interesting fact. And I think that the fact about the spine, at first I was thinking I would do it like how they like to play, but I actually think it's going to make more sense to do it with their structure, how they have that flexible backbone. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think I'm going to add it here. So I might do a text box and I might say, did you know cats land on their feet? They have flexible spines to allow them to right themselves if they jump or fall. Okay, and I'm thinking, when I put this in my writing, maybe I'll do a text box like one of those shapes that we saw in our book. So I could do it, like a rectangle. I also like how they have this theme going here of having this sign with a definition. So I might come up with something creative, a way to make my text box so it grabs my reader's attention, and then they'll be able to read the information inside. So writers, as you're working and continuing on your informational text, I invite you to start planning out your text features. You can make a T-chart with your topic that's in your different chapters. And then on the right side of your T-chart, start to plan out what text features you'd like to include. So they can be text boxes, they can be interesting facts, they can be vocabulary, they can be diagrams. So maybe even like with my structure, if I have like their whiskers, I could maybe include a diagram of all the cat structures and maybe even label so my reader knows where the whiskers are on the cat. Okay, so writers, as you go off today, I invite you to do this work. Continue to refer back to your checklist if you need ideas of what to do, or feel free to replay the video or even look at other informational texts that you're familiar with to get ideas. Happy writing!